Hi, I've been meaning to do a review on the Worker, Breech and short darts for a while because I am in no way affiliated with the company, but I actually love the product and I just want to tell people a bit about it. I have it running in my Retaliator. I've got the short mags, I have the pump grip, I have a 7 kilogram spring inside the gun. I have an EOTech on top of this, and I know it might sound a little absurd, but because this is so accurate, I personally feel that you can actually zero this, which I have done at around 8 meters, and with that I can actually hit a small bottle every time without missing. So I think that's really great, and that's what I want to show to people, because I think it can make Nerf games quite fun, because now more skill is involved rather than just sort of precariously shooting in the air and hoping that you hit something. So without further ado, I'm going to run a test from, I'm going to do 5, 10 and 15 meters. I have a balloon set up that's around the size of a human head, and I'm going to try and hit that 12 shots at each of those lengths, and we'll see how we go. Alright, so for this test, we're going to start with the 5 meter mark. So this is 5 meters. I have a laser, I'm going to measure it from the balloon. Exactly 5 meters. So let's see how that goes. For the purposes of this test, I'm only going to do 10 rounds. So I'm going to do it with this, and then I'm just going to do it with the normal E-kind Retaliator with a 5 kilogram spring, just to show you the difference. It's quite remarkable. Hit. 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 3 more. Hit. 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 100% every single time, and that's what I'm talking about. These darts are remarkable, and this is quite a distance for Nerf, and I'm just so impressed. The first time I got these, I was so happy with them. I tried everything to get any kind of accuracy out of my Retaliator because I love the Retaliator, and I just couldn't do it. And it was just kind of like a last resort thing that I was like, let's just try this, see what happens. Spent about $40 getting the breech and the bullets, and it just blew me away straight away. So I just got 100% accuracy from 5 meters, which is, I think, really impressive. And it'll make Nerf games so much more fun because it is now about skill, no longer just about luck, because I've played Nerf with people where they just kind of admit that they weren't even aiming and they hit me, and I might be aiming for so long and can't hit anyone, and that's because those bullets are so inaccurate, and it doesn't really matter how skillful you are. You can either hit them or miss them. But with this, if you miss, it's your fault, and if you hit them, it's credit to you, and it's really impressive. All right, so we're back at 5 meters again. I am running a normal Retaliator. These are long darts. These are the E-kinds, and they are, in my opinion, the best long darts you can get. And I'll show you what kind of accuracy you expect to get just with normal darts, and just compare. It's incredible. Miss. That was actually pretty close though, I'm impressed. Miss. Hit. Miss. Hit. Miss. Hit. Miss. Hit. Hit. And that's it. It's actually not bad. These darts are still really good. These E-kinds. They are the best, and I'm actually a little surprised that we got that result with these, because usually it's all over the place. But if I were to use the Elite darts, it would be nothing like this. It would be all over the place, but still good. If you don't want to go for the breech, the short dart breeches, then I recommend going for the E-kinds. They can be a little difficult to procure in Australia, but you can do it with a bit of looking around. Now we're at the 10 meter mark. We've got our mags loaded up and ready to go, 10 rounds. I haven't zeroed this for such a distance, so I will have to aim slightly above it, and I think I would expect we'll miss a lot more from this distance. It is a little windy, I'm not sure if you can tell, but yeah, let's see how we go. Even I'm surprised. Hit, I think. I'm not even aiming above it, I'm actually still aiming at it, and that means there's not much drop from this distance, which is quite incredible. Miss. Yeah, see, maybe I should be aiming above it because that actually was on target, it was just slightly under. It might be a bit blurry, so you guys might not be able to see as well as me, but it's actually performing so well from this distance. So I'm gonna aim a bit above it. Hit. Hit. I'm actually so impressed. I didn't think I'd have such accuracy from 10 meters. I knew I would get a lot of them in, but I didn't think I would get basically all of them in, so. Miss. Hit. It's quite windy now, so we'll see how it performs under this wind. And even the balloon is moving around, so I have to try and keep it on target. And miss. So yeah, how good was that? I'm actually really impressed with that. Yeah, so let's move on to the 15. Actually, let's do about 3 rounds with the E-kind because I don't think it'll make the distance. Even it might make the distance, but it won't be anywhere on target. But let's try it and see anyway. Cool. So we have the E-kind in the Retaliator 5 kilogram spring, which actually far preceded my expectations. So let's see how they go in 10 meters, but I don't think we'll have much luck with it. See, I was aiming at the balloon and it just hit right down there, so I think this is as far as we can push these. Oh, that one was good. I'm not sure what to make of these actually. I think that they're a bit erratic. Some of them go quite straight, and I think maybe with a zeroed sight you might get better accuracy, but just aiming with basically nothing, it's quite difficult for me to judge where I'm shooting exactly, but 2 of them were actually on target, 1 of them was completely off. Still, I don't think it's comparable to the worker darts, but they're actually pretty good, so this might be a good option for some people. All right, so here we are at the 15 meter mark. Again, it's just getting harder and harder. That is a lot of distance for a Nerf bullet to travel. I'd be surprised if I get many of them in. I couldn't find all the darts, so there's only 9 darts in this. So again, it becomes harder because you have to estimate the drop. It is quite a windy day out here, and at 5 meters, it's less skill, and it's just pointing at the target when it's zeroed perfectly. But then now I have to basically start judging drop and windage and a lot of things. So it would have probably been better if it was indoors and it was set up on a rig that wouldn't let this move much, but we'll see anyway. I'm not a bad shot, so we'll see how we go. And maybe the first couple of shots would be me just figuring out how much drop I'm gonna get at 15 meters because I don't often shoot this far. So let's try anyway. Miss. Miss. I gotta aim much higher. Miss. 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 I'm not even getting close. So yeah, let's keep going, see how we go. Ooh, that was close. It's like a little tornado happening here. I'm not sure if you can see, so it's quite windy out here. Close, but miss. 2 more rounds. Ooh, that was close. Come on, get 1 in. Nah. Okay, so I think 15 is pushing it. 10 and 5 is good, which is plenty for any indoor game. For most Nerf games, this is not airsoft. This is Nerf, so most of our games are indoors and in close quarters. So 5 to 10, perfect accuracy. 15, I would conclude no chance. I don't think if you hit someone at 15 meters with this, I think that's just luck. But I will be building another gun later, a sniper, and with that scope you do have sort of kind of guidelines to drop it, so you can actually be more calculative, and once it's zeroed I could play with that and sort of figure out how much it'll drop at 15 meters. So maybe I'll do that in another video if I make more videos, but yeah, cool. I just want to wrap this video up. I want to mention one perk that I've noticed with the worker darts, and that is that if you're playing outdoors and there are a lot of leaves, they're actually the same color basically as leaves, as you can see, and they can be quite tricky to find. Whereas compared to maybe a green, which won't be helpful in grass, but maybe blue, it will be far easier to find a dart that's blue. So that's actually the only drawback I can think of with these darts. I want to mention something about the E-kinds. These are, in my opinion, the best you can get in terms of short darts, but long darts, I'm sorry. But one drawback to these is that they break a lot. I mean, I think maybe you can get about 5 shots out of each of them, which is not that many before they come apart. Whereas with the worker darts, I've had one maybe break on me ever, and with these basically you shoot them till you lose them. They never break. So in the long term, these will be far more cost effective in your gun to have this breech running, because these darts will not break. But with these kind of darts, you have to constantly buy new ones all the time. So yeah, still these are quite good, but I recommend the worker darts every single time.